Erotica for Excited Women collection. Sex stories for adults that will fulfill your hidden desires and fantasies. Written by Rachel Wilde. Narrated by Sandra Peterson.
Chapter 1. John had thought about Helen all week. It all began with a drunken night out with my best friend Helen. It was late, and I could see she had something on her mind as she sipped her wine. "What's up?" I asked. "Nothing," she replied. "We've known each other since school, so I think I know when something's wrong. Christ, Jen, do you realize we have been friends for more than 30 years now?" "Don't avoid the question, Hel. What's up?" "That's the problem," she replied, and paused. "Nothing's up, if you get what I mean." "Oh," was my automatic response. "I do love Fred, but he can't keep up with me. I think he's hit the age where he's more interested in golf." I laughed, then noticed the serious look on her face. "Sorry," I said, and composed myself. "You knew this day would come. He is 20 years older than you." "Yeah, I know, but—" She paused, and I eagerly waited. I didn't know he would lose all interest just as I hit my sexual peak. Helen held her wine to her mouth but didn't drink. "I've decided I don't want an affair, but I do want more sex," she said, as she leaned closer to me and whispered, "I'm going to find me a young boy toy." "Wow," I said without thinking. "Got anyone in mind?" Helen frowned. "No," she stated. "The idea of picking up a stranger in a bar, I can't do that." "The gym?" She sighed. "I wish. Bit too close to home, if you know what I mean." "No, you don't want a reputation," I replied, and sipped my wine as a thought entered my head. Over the years we had shared many sex stories, and I knew Helen was a highly sexed woman. She drank her wine. I could see she was serious. "What about John?" "John?" she replied, slightly puzzled. "He's back from university. He's a fit young man. I'm sure he'd be willing." "Your John?" she asked, wide-eyed, staring at me. "Your son, John?" "Why not?" I asked, not believing I was actually trying to set up my son with my best friend. I took a second look at Helen and thought she would definitely be most men's idea of a MILF. Petite, pretty face, nice hair, good body, and a few laughter lines. "Jesus, Jen, are you sure? I mean, he's your son. You wouldn't mind me fucking him?" I laughed out loud, hearing her put it so bluntly. I was feeling slightly drunk, and an image of them having sex flashed through my mind. "He's 21, I casually replied. "He's old enough to decide what he wants, but no, it wouldn't bother me." Helen looked away, and I could tell she liked the idea. Then I felt a warmth between my legs. "In fact," I said, maintaining my composure, "it would be good for you both." "Are you serious, or is this one of your wind-ups?" she asked, looking at me with a mixture of shock and excitement on her face. "Helen, I wouldn't joke about you having sex with my son." "You wouldn't mind me seducing your little boy," she said, teasing. "Go for it," I replied, trying to remain calm. Helen laughed, then looked me in the eye. "You wouldn't mind me sucking his cock?" "I think he'd like it," I said, and we both laughed. "Do you think he'd like to bury his head between my legs?" "Not if you've got a wild forest growing down there," I said, pointing to her crotch. "Smooth as the day I was born," she stated proudly, then burst into laughter. I've never thought of Helen sexually, but I suddenly pictured her naked pussy and felt a hot flush run through me. "Oh, Jen, you're getting me hot and flustered. You sure you wouldn't mind me having hot sex with your little boy?" "He's not so little," was my retort, and Helen almost choked on her wine. That caused me to laugh at my choice of words. "I meant he's a good bit taller than you," I managed to say, taking a sip of my wine to hide my blushes. Helen tried to compose herself.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?